Chapter 770. We have climbed to the very top, but now how shall we proceed? Standing atop the roof repaired by Elkins during the day, Kishe brushed his wind-tousled hair aside and asked. Ydir opened his mouth with a trace of hesitation still lingering. First, we will head to the temple's bell tower, from where we can overlook the entirety of Charloin. Then we will follow the path leading to the harbor, cross the southern gate, and ascend high into the sky. Our journey will take us through Maklara, Tuban, Sluban, and Alsara before circling back to Charloin. These four regions had reported unusual cracks before the earthquake in his previous life. The calamity had hit them harder than other areas, and they were geographically well positioned for travel to neighboring villages and towns without being too close to each other. Indeed, this way we can swiftly survey the entire south without unnecessary interruptions. Kishe nodded his approval. Let's depart immediately. Are you sure this is wise? Even though you can levitate with your power, control might become difficult at higher speeds. Kishe possessed the ability to lift himself high into the air using a push-pull force. While walking through the air was feasible, moving at a flight-like speed was a different challenge. Merely pushing off the ground requires immense strength, and increasing speed would only add to the strain. However, Kishe merely laughed with joy. Don't worry, just think of me as a small pouch tied to your back and move as you wish. That seems like quite a large small pouch. Then consider it a large pouch. There was nothing more to say when he put it that way. Really confident, isn't he? Since we have come this far, there is no turning back. I will monitor the situation until we reach the temple bell tower. If he shows any sign of struggle, we will slow down or find another way. Understood. Then, Ydir looked down and exhaled. Simultaneously, a golden light flickered in one of his eyes, and the direction of the harsh wind that had been whipping around them shifted abruptly. Surrounded by a swirling wind, as if an invisible hand was twisting the flow of nature, Ydir gazed at the distant temple roof, barely visible in the darkness. Moments later, like an arrow released from a bow, his legs, which had been slightly bent, propelled him powerfully on the ground. He leaped out towards the roof's edge without hesitation. To an onlooker, it might have seemed like a suicidal jump, but a tightly whirling wind caught him, preventing his fall. Ydir stepped on the wind beneath his feet and soared high. With each subsequent leap, his altitude visibly increased, quickly reaching a dizzying height. Despite it being not so cold day in the southern region, the wind was unusually fierce. This made it almost effortless for him to step on the wind and ascend swiftly. As his soaring body reached its limit and seemed to slow down for a brief moment, he glanced back. The golden hair of Kishe, following him rapidly, flashed into view. Ydir stepped on the wind again and leaped forward. In the terrifying spectacle, fit to make anyone with acrophobia faint, no one noticed his quiet crossing through the air. Effortlessly handling his power and instinctively finding the optimal route, he soon reached his intended destination. Skimming along the southern-style red-painted temple roof, the bell tower soon emerged from the darkness. Ydir, who landed in front of the bell, which was only quiet because the bell ringer had left his post, turned his head while catching his breath. And at that exact moment, his eyes met with Kishe, who was stepping into the bell tower. His red eyes sparkled with a smile. I expected as much, but you are indeed swift. How do you so effortlessly evade obstacles without making a sound? After landing and lightly brushing his long robe, he didn't look tired at all, as if he had been here before Ydir. So, does this prove that I'm a useful pouch now? ... Ydir marveled anew at how Kishe, who didn't train daily in handling the power of the Awakener like the cavalry members, had progressed so far. It was as if he was born with incredible talent. In terms of finely manipulating and controlling power, not even Everbeck, who was always the best among the cavalry members, could match this level. Kishe's development, which seemed to leap not just 1 but 10 steps at a time, was unbelievable unless witnessed firsthand. I see. It seems I worried needlessly. From now on, I will speed up without concern. Of course, as much as you like. Either gazed down at the landscape beneath the bell tower, taking a breath. The city, sparkling with lanterns under the high, cold night sky, was beautiful enough to prevent memories of the ruins from his past life from resurfacing. Fitting for a hub of maritime trade, the end of Charloin was all sea. In the night, the horizon roiled black with ships of various sizes moved side by side. While Yudhir observed the ships, Kishir approached from behind, standing in the same direction to observe at the same level. Unexpectedly, he spread his coat and enveloped Yudhir's body in it. The long, thick coat instantly covered them both, spreading warmth and tickling Yudhir's nose with Kishir's distinctive scent. As Yudhir blinked and looked up, a nonchalant voice came from above. "You're intently observing the port. Is there a reason?" Charloin has low terrain. If it rains heavily or a typhoon hits, the waves can get too high and cause a lot of damage. Right. The reason this place has thrived so far is largely due to its warm southern location, which doesn't receive much rain. Yudhir continued, looking down at the arms wrapped around him. Appearance of monsters and strange cracks can be dealt with, but if they combine with natural disasters like in the previous game, that port will no longer be Charloin's treasure but a nightmare. A major earthquake, you mean? Yes, earthquakes occurred not just on the land but also at sea, and those at sea are far more ferocious and terrifying than those on land. Yudhir remembered the southern regions ravaged by a major earthquake. In the face of such insurmountable natural disasters, millennia of human civilization crumbled easily like a mere sandcastle. The city was destroyed and corpses piled up in the cracked earth. However, the most horrifying were regions like Charloin with low terrain where massive waves from the earthquake's effect swept over. Cities completely submerged were barely recognizable, virtually erased without a trace. Most lives were washed away, making it difficult to ascertain what happened. The few survivors trembled as they recounted the moment the waves overflowed and engulfed the city. The negligence of lords and nobles who failed to take precautions despite knowing such events could happen resulted in so many deaths that assigning blame or responsibility became meaningless. After the chaos was quelled, several regions, much like the vicinity of the Great Serene Forest, became completely desolate, turning into areas where no one would ever live again. In such places, as if by some unspoken agreement, monsters teemed, further complicating the already difficult lives of the people. The influence of the Honi Duchy based in the south also waned considerably. The then heir of the Honi Duchy, already scorned as a country bumpkin, became even less visible in the capital. However, this time the situation would not repeat itself. During the previous life, when the great southern earthquake occurred, Yudhirian Ale was at the height of his glory, commanding thousands of members. Now, with only a handful of helpers, the situation might seem overwhelming in comparison. But unlike the past, where Yudhirian could neither go to the site nor prepare for the earthquake, Yudhir now had the advantage of assessing the terrain and situation in advance, backed by a presence that shared warmth with him. This alone gave Yudhir the confidence to stand resolutely before the dark, undulating sea. I must make it different this time. That's why I came. It's definitely hard to imagine that a city could be buried by waves caused by an earthquake, but it's a terrible thing to hear. If you were to prepare, what would you prioritize? Yudhir voiced a strategy he had long contemplated but never spoke aloud, feeling somewhat unfamiliar with the words as they left his mouth. First, we should build walls to block the waves and widely decimate evacuation plans. We must also ensure the safety of ships, which could be in grave danger if they capsize and are swept away by docking them in different ports. The cooperation of those awakeners who can control earth and water along with administrative support will be more crucial than ever. We will handle the former, while the latter will require assistance from first Princess Myra and the officials. Earth, water, and administration, Kishir remarked with a gentle smile, as if he understood Ether's thoughts from those words alone. It would be best if nothing happens, but if it does repeat, this time it will go as planned. I will help ensure that.